Hey everyone, it's Chelsea. So, yes, if you look at the last video I posted, you're gonna look at the person you're seeing today and you're gonna wonder, what the hell, this is a completely different person. And I'm gonna tell you that yes, it is. And since I posted that video, I have started to feel a lot better. I have stopped taking my birth control, and I've started to kind of do some self-help, and anyway, I'm just starting to get better. So thank you to the positive thoughts and everything that I've been getting from that video. And anyway, that has nothing to do with what we're going to talk about today, so that's going to be the end of that subject. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about dry shampoos and baby powder. I wanted to do a review on the different dry shampoos that I own, and then also wanted to compare them to baby powder, because a lot of people on here tend to claim that if you don't need dry shampoo if you have baby powder, and I'm going to tell you why. To some degree, I disagree with that. Okay, so the ones we're going to be talking about today is the Not Your Mother's Clean Freak Refreshing Dry Shampoo. Then we're going to be talking about the Tresemme Fresh Start. This is the new Formula 1 volumizing dry shampoo. And we're going to be talking about the Batiste Floral and Flirty Blush dry shampoo. And then we're going to be talking about some good old Johnson's baby powder, which I do recommend if you are looking into getting baby powder. Do not buy the big thing, because it's kind of like a mess, and especially you only need tiny amounts putting it in your hair. So always go to the travel section and pick up the baby powder there. Okay, so first we're going to talk about the different dry shampoos. We'll talk about this one. I bought this one at Target, and it was between, the thing about Target is it was either the Tresemme, this one, or an Herbal Essences one, and those were the only ones I could find. And I was like, what the heck? Like, usually at Walmart I can find like a bunch of different brands of dry shampoo, but there it was only those three. So I chose this one because I never tried it before. As you can see, this is what it looks like. Ooh, this is what it looks like. And then it has a little spray nozzle, and it is 7 ounces. So anyway, my review of this product would be that it does an okay job. The thing about this is it's like a refreshing dry shampoo, so it doesn't leave a visible powder consistency. And I'll tell you that although that sounds good, you're like, oh, like it doesn't leave a powder, like, you know, you don't have to necessarily brush it out, like that should be good. Well, the thing is, if you have really oily hair like myself, that whole not having that powder means that it doesn't do that great of a job. Sorry, I'm trying to... Okay, this lighting is turning into crap in the middle of this video. Anyway, so when you spray this, it will look like it doesn't. You can't really tell because I have a headband in. Anyway, you won't see any sort of powder or anything, and also the smell of this is awful. Like, I felt like they tried too hard to put a scent in here, so it is overwhelming when you use this, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about the first time you spray it. It's pretty bad. It's not like a nasty smell, but it's trying to be so floral and like, it's just way too much, and it's just so close to your nose and your eyes and stuff, and it's a lot. So anyway, my review on this product would be that if you're one of those people that doesn't necessarily have insanely oily hair, you just kind of maybe want to forget showering every now and then, this would be a good product for you because it's not going to leave any powder or anything, so you technically don't even have to brush it. So this would be good for people with like naturally curly hair who want to kind of preserve that curl, and so they don't have to brush it out. So, and it does an okay job at drying up the oil. The thing is, if you have really oily hair like myself, this is not going to be your best friend. Now, this would also be good for people who like to use dry shampoo to kind of give volume to their hair, because this is not going to leave any sort of powder or anything, and it's really going to allow you to, if you're like teasing and stuff, to add the dry shampoo to just oomph everything up. So anyway, that is that. Next we're going to do the Tresemme. Now, I did not actually buy this. My friend, when she came into town, she needed dry shampoo. She bought this one, and she couldn't bring it back with her on the plane because of the size restrictions, so she left it here, and I've been using it. First of all, as far as smell goes, this one smells the best. It just smells like a hairspray. You know how like Tresemme and all the different types of hairspray smell? So it's really nice. Now, I remember when this first came out, people were complaining about it. They were saying it doesn't work and blah, blah, blah. Apparently, they have changed the formula. And I do think that is true because I do see a difference when I use this and when I don't. This is also a no visible formula. So just like the Not Your Mother's, you're not going to see any sort of powder or anything in your hair. So this would kind of go along the same lines as the Not Your Mother's. I feel like the ones that don't have the powder residue, they are nice to a certain extent because you don't have to brush your hair out, but to another extent, they don't do as well of a job because that powder isn't sitting there and collecting all the oil up and then you kind of brush it away. I'm not sure what's in here. It says it has mineral clay in it, whatever, I don't know. And anyway, so it goes right alongside with the Not Your Mother's. It was great for people who are trying to use dry shampoo for volumizing, people without insanely oily hair, people just trying to do some touch-ups and whatnot. So, but it is a good product, and I will say it does work. And I'm glad they changed the formula because I remember the old one, people were saying it was like putting nothing in your hair. So, yes. Now we're going to talk about the Batiste. And the Batiste, there's tons of different ones you can get. There's this one. There's the one for blonde hair, which is what I want to get. There's one for darker hair. There's this one, and then the original, which are for supposed to be all types of hair. There's no tint to it. So anyway, I got the Floral and Flirty Blush, which this scent is, it's not a great scent. It kind of smells like deodorant or something. But it's not so bad like the Not Your Mother's that it's in your face. Like, it's not an annoying smell. It's not a terrible smell. It just has a smell it wouldn't be my first choice as far as like a smell for dry shampoo, but it does the job. So the thing about this is that it does leave a powder residue behind. When you spray it in your hair, it's going to look like you just basically sprayed baby powder in your hair and you're going to brush it out. However, how long are you supposed to leave it? I forget how long you're supposed to like leave it on there. Oh, for a minute. You're supposed to kind of like let it sit in your hair for a minute. You can massage it in, but I'm not into that because I feel like the oil from my hand, it doesn't, no. Okay, so anyway, with this one, you're going to have the powder residue. However, this works phenomenally. If you have oily hair and you are up for the challenge of brushing your hair out and you're okay with doing that every time you use dry shampoo, then get this dry shampoo because it's going to change your life. This comes with 6.73 fluid ounces. It's regularly $8, and you can always find it at TJ Maxx for about $5.99, so you save $2, which is better than nothing. And this product is just awesome. I guess the only negative side would be that it does leave the powder residue, so you have to brush it out. There's no way of getting around that, or you're just going to have white streaks in your hair. But it does do a really awesome job, and I really want to try the blonde one, so next time I go to TJ Maxx, I'm going to pick that one up because, yeah, I really want to try that. So, anyways, what the nozzle looks like. I'm completely out of this one because I used it so much, and it does last a good amount of time. All of these are really nice in the fact that they come with a good amount, so they do last quite a bit. Okay, so next we're going to talk about the baby powder and why I don't necessarily agree when people say that, hold on, let me try and get this lighting, okay, this lighting is just, oh my god. I always see people on here talking about how, oh, you can get like dry shampoo for under $1 and it works better, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, in my opinion, no, this doesn't. The thing about the baby powder is that, first of all, it's really hard to kind of get in there. I've seen the best method of putting baby powder in your hair is getting some sort of fluffy like brush you would use to put powder on your face and not using it for that purpose, and using it just kind of splitting your hair and kind of dabbing it. The thing with this is you really have to brush your hair good when you put it in because obviously this is like a straight up powder and you're going to be able to see it if you don't brush it out. So the thing about this is you have to brush your hair out and you have to brush it like good so that everything kind of just goes away. Okay, so there's that. There's also the like bonus factor of people who are using baby powder for kind of volumizing. This does really good as far as kind of adding volume to your hair. The only thing is you have to brush it out. So if you're wanting to do a look with a lot of volume, you would need to, before you start styling your hair, while you're either blow drying it or just brushing it out, put this in your hair and let all that go on before you start styling your hair. Now, as far as just an average dry shampoo, I don't really like this because I notice that it fades throughout the day. I'll start off the day with really nice hair, and at the end of the day, it looks just like the oil like starts to come back. And I also notice that my hair looks really dry when I use this. Like, it just looks weird. Like, I always put it in like the center right here, and there it'll just kind of look crinkly, like it looks weird, and I've never had an issue with that as far as using Batiste and stuff. I'm not sure if it's just whatever's in here mixing with your hair or what it is, but yeah. And also the thing about this is it does kind of lighten your hair a bit, so people with dark hair, like jet black hair and really dark brown hair, this probably is not going to look very natural in your hair if you use too much. I'm not saying it's going to, like, you're going to be able to see it every time you use it. I'm just saying just be light-handed with it, because you're going to, the more you put in, the more it's going to be noticeable that you have like lighter colored hair. Like, it would look like you need your roots done or something. But yeah, so as far as the baby powder goes, it's eh. I mean, especially with me having really oily hair, I do like it for if I know I'm going to be doing like a look the next day, whether straightening my hair, whether curling it, blah, blah, blah. The night before, after I shower and let it air dry, I like to put this in my hair just so it starts soaking up the oil at night, so I wake up and I can just do my hair. As far as a day-to-day basis, I really just enjoy the nice easiness of the dry shampoo because it's really easy. Just hold it about a foot away from your hair because you don't want to, like, it works better the farther away you do it because it coats more evenly. So just kind of hold it and spray it. There's nothing coming out. You just hold it and spray it, and it goes really, really nice. I like to spray around the edges. And yeah, so that is my review on dry shampoo and baby powder and comparing them all. I mean, as far as price-wise, yes, this is good. But these, I feel like, are just a lot better and a little bit more expensive. But they're, I mean, $6, like, that's nothing. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If, you know, I'm not trying to be rude to those of y'all who like swear by the baby powder. I'm just saying, as a person with really oily hair, this is just not something I'd like to use on a daily basis all the time. I really just like the easiness and the effectiveness of dry shampoo. But I see why you do like the baby powder on occasion. Alright, so bye guys. Hope you enjoy, and I'll see you next time.